Welcome to another espresso. Although I've made a cup of tea today, but don't judge me. Had loads of coffee recently. But look, I hope you had an awesome start to the year. It's pretty much like a month down now. It's crazy. So I hope you had a good start. I don't know if you've seen my LinkedIn feed has been inundated with people starting new jobs. It's crazy. I mean, everyone's getting a new job. Obviously, last year was this great resignation, and people looking for new stuff, reassessing their lives, what they're up to, all of that stuff. And I had so many conversations with people, and they were saying, "Look, I've got a new job. How do I leave my old job gracefully?" And I've talked before, and I think I released a video a few weeks ago, last week, about the importance of leaving gracefully. And just to put into context, it's so important to leave well. You might have been dealt a really bad hand, like your line manager might have been a nightmare. A bunch of other things might have happened to you in this firm. But all you can do is choose how you react and how you respond. And you need to be graceful, classy, respectful. It's so important. And so many people get jobs in the future and from old colleagues, old line managers, all of that stuff. And it's always good. It's good to leave on a good note, even though it's sometimes the last thing you want to do. You just want to go in and you want to tell them what's up and why it's so bad and they're a nightmare and all of this stuff. But take a breath, take a moment. It's only going to hurt you. So look, that's the context. And a lot of people have asked, like, how do I leave my job gracefully? Like, what do I do? How do I even resign? And so I think I've got a few points I want to cover. Number one is plan. Plan your exit story and make sure you're saying the same story to everyone you speak to. Not to one person who you're quite friendly with. You say to them, oh, it's a nightmare, the line manager's awful, this, that. You go and then speak to the line manager and you give a different story, because people talk and you never quite know. So think of your story, decide what you're going to say, keep it positive. Don't burn bridges. You never know. And that is going to really stand you in good stead. You don't want to talk badly about people. It's nice to talk well. It's important. The words you choose are important. Be careful, plan it properly. My second one is have an exit interview. And obviously this is probably more likely to be virtual now than otherwise. But if it is not an offer, suggest it. It's nice to give feedback. It's a gift to give feedback. And I think people appreciate it. And again, it shows your character. Be constructive, be genuine, be factful. Gives you some good ideas for maybe how they can improve, what your personal experience is like. So much nowadays about work is about what is your working experience. In these last couple of years, my favorite interview question right now is, how did you treat your team over COVID? How did you treat your people? And if you're leaving a job where you've been working over COVID, and there's some suggestions and stuff, I think it's really valuable. So keep your dignity, be polite, be positive, but provide feedback. And I think that will also help, because it also helps to talk. And if you've had a bad experience, it's nice to get it off your chest, isn't it? In the right way. Number 3 for me is deliver an awesome handover. And again, this shows your character. So much you can just leave, right? You've got in the US, a couple of weeks notice period. UK, Europe, it's a bit longer. But again, plan and give a great handover. Again, it speaks volumes, and it will help you build better relationships. People will think a lot of you. And you want to take pride in your work. And so whether that is you having time with whoever's taking over from you, if they've hired them, or if it's an internal, if you get some crossover time, then that's great. And again, you never know where you might come across these people again. And so for your future career, it's great to do this. So if you can do it with the person that's taken over, great. Otherwise, try and write it down, write the important things down that the person that's coming into the role, might want to know. And that's a really nice thing to do. And people will appreciate that and respect it, and it's a really nice thing for you to do. The other 4 for me, and there's 5. So number 4 for me is build your network internally. Sometimes people forget to do this, and this networking generally and building your professional networks super important for a bunch of reasons we've talked about a number of times. But just stay in touch, like go around your company, make sure you've connected with the people that you want to connect with, thank people for their help. It's a team game. I'm sure a lot of people have helped you over the years during your time at this company, however long you've been there for. And just, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your help. Thanks for showing me around, showing me how things work. Thank you for the training. Thank you for the support. Thanks for helping me on this piece of work. I mean, again, it's just, it shows your character. It shows your professionalism. And it's classy, it's really nice, and people like to be thanked, and people will remember you. And that does matter. How you make other people feel matters. And I think in this context, it's really nice to just to say thanks and show your gratitude. My final piece is if you're in the office, but gradually go and take your possessions home. If you're in the office, gradually clear out your desk. Do it in the right way. So often in the past, you hear these stories of, look, they might march you out the office, they might demand the laptop back, and all of those things, and they can choose how they want to behave. But if they've said to you, thank you so much for all of your time and effort, and thanks for the handover, gradually leave. Don't make others feel bad. Again, you thank everyone, you gradually take your stuff, you return all of the things that belong to the company. You'll be surprised at the various stories I've heard. And leave well. Leave your colleagues feeling good about the experience that they've had with you. Thank people. I think if you follow those things, and they're basic but often overlooked, and there's countless stories where people they speak badly, they don't leave a handover, they pre-COVID march in the office, do all their stuff, just leaves a bad taste. And to give final context around the importance of doing this, so many people I speak to get their first leadership role, another leadership role, a step up from people that they've worked with in the past. And I always ask, how come you moved from this company to this company? What was the context? And so many people said, I used to work with this person, or that my line manager took me forward, and things like that. So choose how you behave, be graceful, be classy, choose your words carefully, and exit well. Hope that's helpful. Keep an eye out for all the espressos I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing loads this year. Thank you so much for everyone that's been messaging me, asking me to do these things on certain topics. I'm going to keep doing it. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe for my YouTube channel, which is Bentley Lewis. Also Spotify, The Recruitment Show. All of our content is on YouTube, video, Spotify, audio. Hope you really enjoy it, and see you all guys soon.